Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, one God, forever. Amen. Dear everyone, as we continue the blessed fast of Nineveh, maybe some people are wondering why God was a little bit harsh to Jonah, why he allowed him to be thrown into the sea and then the whale's belly and then the plant that was shadowing him to be eaten by worm. Many people also ask, does God punish his beloved children? And here I want to correct the question. Punishment is something done for the sake of the punisher, to satisfy himself. But chastisement is something done for the sake of the one who is subject to it. Let me reassure you that God's chastisement always and almost comes out of love, like a father who wants to save his children from danger. He might shout, he might warn or threaten, but he does this out of love. The surgeon, when he uses his sharp blade to remove an unpleasant lesion from our body or to fix something broken in us, we don't blame him and say, oh, you hate us. But we trust he's doing something for our sake. God said, for whom the Lord loves, he chastens and scourges every son whom he receives. King Solomon also said, faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. The second character of God's chastisement, that it always aims to our salvation. In the Mass, the Gregorian Mass, the priests say, you have turned the punishment to me into salvation. While God was punishing Adam and Eve, he gave them the promise that the descendant of woman will crush the head of the serpent. St. Paul, when he had a disease and prayed several times so God heals him and God didn't, he told us a secret. St. Paul said, unless I should be exalted above measure by the abundance of the revelation, a thorn in the flesh was given to me, a messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I be exalted above measure. The third quality of God's chastisement, that it's always mixed with kindness and mercy. When David was kicked out of the palace and the kingdom as Absalom rebelled against him, God was tapping his shoulder and prepared several loyal and sincere people to look after him and returned him back to the palace. While God was punishing Jacob, who deceived his father and had to escape his brother's anger, and he felt that he was alone in the desert, God appeared to him in a vision, and he reassured him. He saw angels coming up and down a ladder, and God reassured him. The last character of God's chastisement, that it always has limit. God does not allow others or circumstances to hit us severely. He put a limit for the wind and the storm in Jonah's story. The water did not go in the ship and did not kill the sailors and Jonah. In the story of Job, when Satan was complaining against Job, God said to him, behold, all that he has in your power, only do not lay hands on his person. He put a limit for the chastisement. In Daniel's story, God put a limit and sent his angel to shut the mouth of the lions. Let me reassure you that God always bruises, but he heals. He bruises, but he binds up. He wounds, but his hand makes whole. May God reassure us and strengthen our faith that he always loves us. And glory be to God forever.